Demonstration of how to create a QR code using your iPad. So you'll see that I've got my iPad open to the web browser Safari, and for this scenario I'm going to pretend that I want to make a QR code that will take the user to this website about Albert Einstein when it is scanned. So this might be something I would do if I had a print resource that I wanted students to use that was maybe going to be about Albert Einstein's biography, but I wanted to give them a video or maybe some background information before they used the print resource. Or maybe this was going to be an enrichment activity that I would do with students who finished reading before the rest of the class. It would be something to further their information about Albert Einstein. So to start with, I have to decide what the resource is that my QR code needs to go to. So in this case, I'm going to have it go to this URL. So 2 steps to the process. The first step is I need to select, copy, and paste the URL that I want to visit. So I'm going to come right up here to the URL, the address window where the URL is. I'm going to touch to make it active, and you'll notice a little change happened there. And when it's active, now I'm going to touch and hold, and I'll get this magnifying glass. So touch and hold, and then let off once you see that magnifying glass, and you have the option to select all, or paste. So I'm going to choose the center one, select all, because I want to capture the whole entire URL. Once I have it selected, the menu changes to cut, copy, paste, or speak. I'm going to choose copy. So nothing really happens when I push that copy button, but it is holding that URL copied to the iPad's clipboard. So now I can paste that somewhere else. So now I'm going to go over to a new tab in Safari in my browser. I'm going to touch that little plus sign. It gives me a new web browser window, and I'm going to use the QR code generator built into Goo.gl. So I'm just going to type in my window up here, Goo.gl. It's going to take me to the place where I can paste my URL in to the shortener, and it will automatically generate a QR code for you. So you kind of get the best of both worlds because it's going to shorten your longer URL for you at the same time. I'm going to touch right in that field. I did just a tap. That brings up my keyboard, and then instead of typing the URL, I'm just going to touch and hold inside that window to get that magnifying glass again, and it will say, oh, you have something copied on the clipboard. Would you like to paste it here? I'm going to say yes by tapping paste. Then I'm going to come right over here and use the shorten URL button. Just touch it, and it's going to generate. You'll see a message at the top, generating URL, and then you'll see it down here in the list. So there's the one that I just did. Here's the shortened URL, and I'm going to go to this details area to get the QR code that I just created. It takes just a minute. You'll see this graph up here, and then on the corner up here you'll see the QR code that you have just generated. Now you cannot copy directly from here, but if you tap that, it will give you the QR code on its own page as an image, and that image file is what you actually need to copy or paste into another document to print or onto a PowerPoint presentation or whatever you want to do with it. So I'm going to get it on its page by itself, and then I'm going to touch and hold, and the Save Image or Copy menu will pop up. Save Image will put it to your camera roll. Copy will copy it to the clipboard. Today I'm just going to copy that, and I don't really see anything happen, but I know I've copied it to my clipboard, and now I can paste it into another document. I'm going to close out of Safari. I'm going to paste it today just into Notability so you can see what that looks like. I'm going to go to create a new note, and then I'm going where my cursor is. One thing I always double check is that I do have a text tool selected first up here, and then I'm going to do a touch hold. I'm going to have the option then to paste, and it's going to generate my QR code right there. It just pasted it right in off the clipboard. Now, while it's selected, I do have the option to touch right there where it says add a caption, and it'll bring up my keyboard, and I'm going to go ahead and make myself remember, okay, this is Einstein's biography. And that way I'll remember later on. I won't forget, oh, here's this random QR code and I don't really know what it does. So that's all the process is. It's 2 sets of select, copy, and paste. I first went to the website and I selected and copied the URL. I pasted it into the QR code generator, and then I selected and copied the QR code and pasted it into its new location here in Notability. I hope this recording helps as you're generating your QR codes.